All right, guys, we want to go ahead and start our Bible study today. I hope you guys all follow along and participate in as much as you can as well, and just take this word and apply it to your life as I'm applying it to my life at the same time. And we want to encourage you guys just to continue to share these links and these small little Bible studies, our YouTube channel, and all our Facebook things out there so that everybody can hear the word, but also everybody has access to the church information as well. So if you can continue sharing all that stuff, that would be great. Also, we want to encourage you guys to continue to be faithful in your giving to the Lord. So there are 3 ways that you can do that. You can obviously walk your tithes and offerings to the church, and there'll be someone there for you to collect that and document it for you. Also, you can mail it into us, and this is the P.O. box that you can mail it to. Also, you can go ahead and go to, and it's the quickest way as well, is go to our website, scroll down, go ahead and click on the giving button. It'll take you to a very secure page so that you can go ahead and put your information in and continue to give that way as well. And that's the easiest and safest way, as well as we practice the social distancing that we're in and under as well. Today's Bible study is to help us and to encourage us and challenge us as well at the same time, to go ahead and look at our lives and look at our relationship with the Lord at the same time, not just you, but me as well. So if you want to go ahead and follow along, we're going to go to Psalms chapter 63. So I got my handy dandy Bible here. I hope you guys all have yours. You can use your smartphone as well to follow along if you're not watching on it. But this is what it says, chapter 63, Psalms chapter 63, verse 1 through 3 today. It says, "You, God, are my God. Earnestly I seek you. I thirst for you. My whole being longs for you. In a dry and parched land where there is no water, I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory. Because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you." And it continues to go on, and we'll get to that later on in our other Bible studies. But I want to focus on these three verses right here. But we can see that David wrote this in a time when he was in the desert of Judah. The first thing that he starts out with is he makes a statement. He says, "God, you are my God." And I want to know, when's the last time you actually said that out loud and you actually proclaimed that and made it a statement in your life? You said, "God, you are my God." Like, sometimes we forget that, and sometimes we start labeling ourselves and making other things in our lives our God. Like, if you have a physical need like arthritis, or if you have asthma, or if you have this flu or this virus, you start saying, "I am this," or "you are me," and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of gets confusing. But I want to know, when's the last time you actually made that statement and said, "God, you are my God"? Okay. And as he makes that statement, he goes on to say, "I thirst for you. My whole being longs for you in a dry and parched land where there is no water." When have you been so thirsty for the Lord? And when was the last time that everything about you screams out to the Lord and says, "I long for you"? When's the last time that you said that to the Lord, but you actually felt that as well? Like, you just said, "You know, Lord, I'm tired of everything else in this world. I'm tired of this pandemic. I'm tired of my financial needs. I'm tired of my physical needs taking over. I just want you in this time where I don't see any relief, where I don't find any refreshments, where there's nothing to quench my thirst, Lord." When is the last time you got that thirsty for the Lord and you just said to him, my whole being longs for you"? When was the last time that was you and your life said that as well? And he says that right here. David says that as well. And we can find that he is in that place, because right before he said that, he says, "Earnestly I seek you." Like, we find David saying, "I'm seeking you," because he's in this place as well. So we want to make sure that we seek the Lord with everything inside of us. We want to make sure that everything that we want, pleasure and all that kind of stuff, comes from the Lord. All right. And this verse 2, it says, "I have seen you in this sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory." And he's obviously talking, the sanctuary isn't so much he's referring to the sanctuary itself, but he's referring to the actual power that he has witnessed and experienced the glory of God. The actual glory and power of God is what he's referring to mainly. Obviously the sanctuary is there, but he's specifically reminiscing on the time when he felt God's power and he felt God's holiness and all that good stuff on there as well. So he's reminded, he's remembering these times that he had with the Lord, and we need to do that as well. We have to remember the time when we were seeking the Lord earnestly, when we were seeking God with everything inside of us. Like, we remember seeking him before anything else. We want to make sure that we understand, and we want to reminisce, and we want to remember those times as well. And verse 3 says, because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. And it keeps going on and on and on about how God is his number one. But specifically number 3 says, because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. Because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. David is saying there right now, he says, it doesn't matter what the Lord, it doesn't matter what the world gives me, what the world offers, your love is better than life itself. And because your love is so great and so merciful and so loving and so good, that I'm just going to praise you no matter what, no matter where I'm at in my life, no matter how crazy this world looks, I'm going to continue to seek you with everything inside of me. We find that, and that's a good example for us to mimic, and through David, as David did that as well. We want to make sure that we continue to seek the Lord with everything inside of us. It doesn't matter what's happening. We just want to say, Lord, you are better than everything is happening right now. Your love is great. It's so much better than what the world offers, because right now the world isn't offering very much other than fear. And we can find that with fear, it's not going to lead us anywhere. But we know with God's love, it's perfect. It's joyful. His love casts out all fear. It is nothing but joy inside his life. So we want to make sure that we continue to understand that God's love is better than anything. And we want to make that part of our lifestyle as well. We don't want to run around in fear. We want to continue remembering how good his love is. And the only way that we can remember that is actually seeking him, like in verse 1, earnestly. That means going to him in the good and in the bad. It doesn't matter what time of day it is, just seek him and give him praise. Just offer him your praise and your time. Just seek him in every part of your life, financially, physically, spiritually, every part of your life. You want to just seek him. And also you want to remember the times that when you were at that time, like you remember the time when God healed you and God provided for you, because that's always good news right there. Like if you reminisce on the good times, that will help and remind you of God's love. And when you remind yourself and you remember God's love, you start living out in God's love as well. So we want to make sure that we continue living in God's love. I have something right here as well. It says that in that verse, the last part of this in verse 3, it says that David literally will put all of his physical needs aside for his spiritual gain. So like he says that everything inside of him wants the Lord. So that means his physical needs, his physical wants can wait. He wants his spiritual needs met. And once your spiritual needs are met, your physical needs will be met at the same time. And also your physical needs will be prioritized in the right order at the same time too. So you just want to remember that when your spiritual need is met through God and God only, then a lot of your physical needs and your worldly needs will start to line up as well. And we find that once we're spiritually fulfilled and we're spiritually with God and we're right with God, then that's going to help us in every other part of our life as well. So we want to just encourage you guys with that and look at your life as well as I looked at mine going through this small Bible study. And just continue to seek the Lord in every aspect of your life. And don't be fearful. Just remember God's love. And remember that God is in control. And be smart in this time as well. Live in faith. And living in faith is actually adhering to the things that we need to do to get through this all together as well. We want to show God's love in this time as much as possible as well, guys. We hope you enjoy this. We'll keep you guys in prayer. We'll see you in the next one.